Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ok Xoomer. I'm your host, Aaron Lichtig, Xometry guy and former Jeopardy champion, and I'm excited to be here today with Sarah Webster. Sarah is the Global Marketing Director at ExOne, which is a pioneering binder jetting metal 3D printing company. She has also served in marketing roles at a variety of companies, including EnvisionTech and SME. And before her marketing career, she was a journalist with the Detroit Free Press. Welcome, Sarah. It's great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me, Aaron.
So first, tell us a bit about ExOne.
So ExOne is a really exciting company. We were founded in the early 90s as part of Extrude, which was a specialty machining company. And in around 96, the owner of the company at the time licensed some technology from MIT for binder jet 3D printing. He had the foresight to see the potential in that technology. And we were spun out into our own company. And in 1998, we launched the first metal 3D printer using binder jet technology. It was actually sold to Motorola, called the RTS 300. And we've been binder jetting ever since. And I've been with the company a little over a year. It's a really exciting time to be in binder jetting.
Excellent. Now, you have a very interesting career trajectory. You were a journalist in Detroit for a number of years, and then you made the move over to marketing in the manufacturing arena. How did you make that happen?
It's a crazy story. So I was a journalist for 20 years. I ended my career as the business and automotive editor at the Detroit Free Press. And in 2011, I was pregnant, working at a newspaper. Arguably, the newspaper industry was not in its prime anymore. And I got a call from somebody who was recruiting me to head up Society of Manufacturing Engineering's magazine, which is really a marketing outlet for machine tool companies and software companies and automation companies. And I took a risk. It was a crazy risk. I remember sitting at my kitchen table looking at a machine tool magazine, which I had never seen one before, and thinking, am I really going to do this? And I took a gamble, and it ended up paying off. Have really been in the 3D printing world for a number of years now. It's very exciting.
Awesome. Now, ExOne is one of the leaders in binder jetting and was one of the first to do it. What kind of companies or what kind of engineers should consider binder jetting?
Anybody who's doing complex parts, so parts that have internal chambers where air or fluids may need to pass through them, any part where you may want to consolidate parts into one part and reduce assembly steps or simplify a design, because we can do complex shapes that machine tools or standard equipment can't really struggle to do efficiently. A lot of times engineers have to break parts into pieces and then put them together to create the functional part or design that they need. We can do those things in monolithic parts. We've actually taken parts that were 11 pieces and consolidated them down to one. And when we do that, we also save a tremendous amount of waste. 30 to 40% weight savings is not uncommon for our technology. So it's very significant for anyone making something that has to be shipped, that has to fly, that has to drive. Anything that needs to travel really can benefit from our technology.
Excellent. And we just announced together last week, Xometry and ExOne, that ExOne's binder jetting technology will be available through Xometry's digital RFQ marketplace. So you can directly from Xometry's site go to our marketplace and get a quote directly from ExOne on binder jet parts. So definitely something to check out, and we're really excited about that partnership.
Yeah, I think that the service community can really test out and sample binder jetting by using a service like Xometry. We're really excited to be a part of your network. I brought some props today of lots of pieces that people can make, and we have a lot of functional pieces that we can demonstrate, but parts like this would be very difficult to machine or make in a different method. We can do very fine features, functional parts, lots of stainless steel options, copper, titanium is coming. We just approved Inconel 718. So a lot of exciting traditional alloys we're very excited about.
Excellent. There was, in addition to the Xometry and ExOne partnership, some very big news last week with Desktop Metal announcing that they were going to have an IPO. What do you think about that in the context of the future of metal 3D printing?
Well, we are the pioneers and the market leaders in binder jetting, and we're actually really excited to have all this attention into this binder jetting space that we've been championing and moving forward for 20 years. And it's really exciting, and it validates really our company's investment in this technology for 20 years. I'm not sure if you're aware, but in 2013, the whole binder jetting market really was picking up steam behind the scenes because of a development in R&D that ExOne had achieved. That was the year that we started printing what we call single alloy metals into dense products. Kind of the rub against binder jetting all these years was that we printed porous parts. And that was the year we started printing fully dense parts. And that was really a change in the marketplace that really brought not just Desktop Metal, but Digital Metal, GE, HP, and others into this market space. And we're actually happy to have them.
The industry has come a very long way in a relatively short period of time. Now, looking out a year or two, what are some of the things that really excite you about where ExOne's heading and where the whole industry is heading?
So there's been a lot of talk about production 3D printing for many years now. But for me, it's getting really real behind the scenes. And what I mean by that is a lot of discussions around validating parts for automotive programs, for aerospace programs. So really making it real. You don't just take a part one day and decide you're going to change the way you manufacture it. When you're in a system where you're producing vehicles that are, arguably high risk and have liability concerns, you have to validate those parts through kind of an extensive process. And we have a lot of parts working through that process right now. And so that's what really excites me, is that I know that in the next few years, if not the next year, that we'll see a large number of industrial 3D printers producing parts in an assembly line kind of scenario. And I think that's very real. And for somebody who's based in Detroit and spent the bulk of my career as an auto writer, it's very exciting to see that kind of change. And the thing that makes it so exciting is it's really a sustainable technology. 3D printing really reduces waste, and we talked about lightweighting parts. So it's not just that we make a more sustainable and green part for the car that's going to be driving it, but it's also about how we manufacture the part and making that whole process a greener process, because there's a lot of waste and a lot of emissions in the manufacturing process, and we're cutting that down tremendously by using binder jetting.
Excellent. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us on OK Zoomer today. It's been great chatting with you.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right. Thanks, everyone. This has been another episode of OK Zoomer. We'll be back in another couple days with another. Take care, everybody.